What is going on YouTube? Alex here, and today I am going to go through my current knife collection. It's nothing huge, nothing fancy, but I do have a couple fun ones in there, and we'll get right into it. We'll start with the folding knives. First one I got here is my Spyderco Endura 4. This is probably my most used Spyderco out of all of them, and I love this thing. I love the polymer hand, the scales, and the VG10 blade has held up really well. This thing's been with salt water. It's been in very humid environments. It's been up in Kodiak Island. I've caught fish with this thing, but this thing has been very, very versatile, and I love this thing. And yeah, just a really solid blade right there. Next up on the list, we have the Spyderco Delica. That was a really bad flick, but this one is basically just the little brother of the Endura, and this one's got the kind of camo plastic on it, but this one I've carried a little bit, not as much as the Endura, but still it's had a good amount of use through it. And this is one of my also one of my favorite Spydercos, but it's got the same steel VG10, made in Japan. Just Spyderco, they always deliver really high quality knives. And for the last, actually two more Spydercos. This is the Spyderco military model and CPM S30V, a very, very good steel. This one is from USA. This one is a liner lock. It's one of their liner lock designs. Wow, I'm not doing too great with that. There we go. But it's got the G10 scales, it's got the DLC blade, and this thing is even bigger than the Endura. I thought the Endura was big when I first got it, but this thing is, I'd say roughly a quarter of an inch bigger, maybe a little more, but just a really solid knife. I love the all black on it. I got this off of Blade Binge, and it's got the tip down pocket clip. I really like that pocket clip, how it's got the kind of the surrounding the pivot screw there, but just a really, really solid knife right there. Next up is one of my autos. This is my Kershaw Iridium. This is the USA made Iridium, the launch version, and it's got the aluminum scales on it. Magna cut blade, very, very, very good action on it. It's not as like snappy as my Kalashnikovs, my Boker Kalashnikovs, which will be coming up pretty soon, but it's still got really good action on it, and I really like this knife. Okay, next up we have a ZT0762. This is the one with the carbon fiber scales and the titanium kind of skeletonized inlays in there. Titanium pocket clip. I believe, yeah, CPM 20 CV blade. It's got the kind of Wharncliffe style blade, like the Mini Natrix that I have, and the Civivi Vision FG. But this thing is a solid blade right here. You can get it on sale at Blade HQ, but just a really, really cool little, well, not little, but cool knife right there. Next up, I have two Boker, oh, sorry, I forgot to show the last Spyderco. This is my last Spyderco. This is my newest version. This is just the Spyderco Man Bug and the Micro Melt PD1. Very, very tiny, more like a little keychain knife, but made in Japan. Very small, like very little blade right there, but I like the blade on it. Hook this on your keys and you have a little knife for you can carry around with you all the time. Okay, now onto the Kalashnikovs. I have a Boker Kalashnikov Mini in the, I think it's the Desert Warrior, not Desert, but I'd have to double check. And then I have the normal size one with the Warhawk style blade on it with a pretty standout pocket clip right there. This one's got really good snappy action. Sharp blade right out of the box when I first got it. This one is tiny, but it's a little beast right here. This thing's got just about as much snap as the big size. But yeah, these are the two Boker Kalashnikovs I have. They both had their fair share of use. This one's been used a little bit more just because of the size. This one has been in my pocket for about, the longest it's been in my pocket is probably a couple months to a year. But yeah, those are two really solid knives. I say if you collect knives, you got to get yourself a Kalashnikov. Okay, up next we have the Kershaw Mini Natrix. This is the one with the copper scales. You can see the copper's kind of tarnished there, but under the pocket clip you can kind of see what the original color kind of what it looked like. But it's got the copper scales. I believe it's just a plastic back spacer, and like I said, comparing it to the ZT, it's got a pretty similar looking blade. It's got the Wharncliffe drop point right there, but a nice little Kershaw right there. Kershaw always seems to make some high quality knives. It's got a good flipper action on it, but just a good solid little knife. Up next is the, I think it's the Kershaw Cairo or Cyro, something like that. This is the Hinder design, but this one I actually lost I was cleaning it and the spring on it disappeared somehow, and now it's, as you can tell, it's no longer a flipper. It's just a little thumb stud opener now. This one was my pencil sharpener for the longest time. You can kind of see on the blade where some graphite's rubbed off. But just a solid little knife, pocket clip right there. It's got good clip on there. It's got the whole frame lock. But yeah, I've carried this quite a bit. I'm sad the spring's gone, but I mean, I can still use it just how I did. I'll just have to open it like that. Okay, next up is the, let's see here. Let's go to, this is the CRKT Squid with the green micarta. And this thing is a little power beast. I believe I got this on a Blade HQ exclusive when I ordered a Microtech, when I ordered my Microtech Ultratech. I'm not sure if it was specifically for Microtech or just orders over whatever. But this is a sweet little blade. It's got a decent amount of cutting edge for the size. And oops. But just a sweet little blade right there. Okay, next up, let's go to some more high-end knives. This is my Midgard's Messer Bomber. This is the Gen 1 with the blue anodized titanium scales. Only 200 of these were made. And it's got the titanium pocket clip, the D2 blade, and you can see right there the serial number. But it's got a lot of cutting edge. This is a beefy knife, and really like the milling on it, the kind of swoop upward horizontal milling on it. But it's got really good hardware on it. But this thing is just an absolute beast. Got a really good action on it. You can thumb flick it. You can open it however you'd want, but just a really solid, beefy, overbuilt knife. And speaking of overbuilt knives, let's go on to my Kershaw Microtech Stitch Ram Lock. This is one particular, has the black fluted aluminum scales. I believe the ram lock and the back spacer are titanium. And this one has the M390 MK blade steel on it with the stonewash finish. But really good pocket clip on it. It's got the ram lock action, which is really good. But this thing's for overbuilt knives, this thing's very comfortable, and this thing would be a great everyday carry knife right there. Okay, next up we have another Microtech. This is probably my most carried of the two Microtechs. This is the Microtech Ultratech. This one is from 2021, but this thing has been used a lot. You can see there's a little bit of scuffing on the side and on the pocket clip. The blade is the M390 blade, but this is my first Microtech I ever got. Got a really solid action on it still. Hasn't derailed for a long time. It derailed once, but I put some WD-40 down in there. It has never derailed since. But just a really solid knife. Got the black aluminum right there. I think everyone should get an Ultratech, at least. Next up, we have the Civivi Scintilla, the Blade HQ exclusive. This one you cannot buy, and I actually have two of them. And this one's the normal satin blade with the white G10, and then the black stonewash blade with red burgundy G10. And they both are solid knives. They've got really good action, and for like a knife that you can't buy but you get for free over certain orders, this thing is a really, really solid knife. It's got good action on it. Got the back thumb flicker, reverse flick. You can do all the good stuff with it. But these two knives are just really solid built knives for their size. And okay, up next we have another Civivi. It's the Civivi Vision FG with the black Nitro V blade and the Ultim scales with the super lock. This one I did the unboxing on my first video. It's got really good action on that super lock. Sorry about that. But just a really fidgety blade, but a really high quality, high end, under $100 blade. Probably one of the best budget knives out there. If you're looking to get some budget knives that will do what they need and also have some very, very high quality parts and stuff to them. Got a good pocket clip on it. But yeah, this is the Vision FG in the Ultim. Up next is another OTF, but this one's the gravity knife. This is the Remet Swordfish. This one's got the stonewashed S35BN blade. It's the really, really nice fidgety gravity action on it right there. And very, very minimal blade play. When you kind of grab it naturally like that, there's almost no blade play. But it's got the red, white, and blue carbon inlay right there, carbon fiber inlay, and a titanium pocket clip. But just a really fun little fidgety blade on there. Yeah, that one's a top 10 right there. Up next we have yet another Civivi. This is the Civivi Hyperpulse with the blue aluminum and the button lock. This thing's got a really good action on it. You could play with this thing all day. It's got the flipper tab, thumb flick, reverse flick, anything you need to do with it. It's like pretty dang light, got a really solid pocket clip on there. I like kind of the matte finish on it. Got the satin blade. I believe the steel is, let's see here, 14C28N steel on that blade. But just a really solid knife, and I believe this thing was only, I think it was about $70, $70-$80 on Blade HQ. But just a really, really solid knife right there. Next up we have some more, I don't know what to call it, kind of low quality budget. Nothing against Ozark Trail, I just haven't really carried this much. I've gutted a deer with it before, but nothing more than that. But it's got the whatever you call that. Man, I can't remember what that lock's called. Crossbar lock, geez. But yeah, it's got a pretty good action on it. Nothing too fancy, but got the plastic scales on there. Decent pocket clip, but not my favorite knife, but a good budget option right there. Okay, on to some, or let's do this one first. This is my Kershaw Lutra. This is the Balisong. And this is a really solid blade right here. And the scales on here, just a nice little Balisong. This is the only Balisong I have, but a great choice for high end, but not too overly expensive Balisongs. Made in the USA. Got really good action on it. I can't really flip it right here, just lack of space. But I got the close mechanism right there. Just a really cool little knife right there. Okay, onto some multi-tools. This is my Leatherman Free P4. Has been heavily used and I've not really maintained it very well. You can see there's rust right there on the teeth and by the action. But this is probably my most carried multi-tool right here. It's got the magnetic system on there. So you got that and you close it, keeps it closed, and then kind of the don't know what you call that, but those little grooves in there hold it in place. When I first got it, had really good, I mean, it's still got good action on it. I don't know how you really describe action on a multi-tool, but just a really solid Leatherman right there. Another Leatherman, this is the Leap with the blue polymer scales on there. This one's a little bit smaller. This one was in my backpack for the longest time. And this one's a sweet little multi-tool just for sticking, throwing wherever, throwing in your truck, throwing in your backpack. But solid little multi-tool. Then I've got two Swiss Army knives. This is the Swiss, I'm trying to think, might be the Explorer. I can't remember. Or this might be the Tinker. Yeah, I think this is the Tinker. And then the little mini one, can't remember the name of it. But both got the toothpicks and the tweezers in there, which have been used before many times. Got all those tools in there. But really solid little multi-tools. Okay, let's see here. Let's move on to some fixed blades. How about that? All right, for fixed blades, let's see here. We'll start with this. This is the Tour Knives Jank Shank. It's got the kind of a stone-washed, dark finish blade on there, but it comes with a really nice sheath. This one's more of the kind of a self-defense type knife. It's got the finger hole right there for kind of swinging it around, and I guess you could use it as like a knuckle duster or something like that, but just kind of a basic, pretty sharp ding, very pointy blade on there, but more of a self-defense knife than anything else. I don't know really what I would use this for otherwise, but got a good sheath, good retention on it, but there's that. Next one is let's see here. This is the Cold Steel Hideout. It's a little neck knife dagger, double-edged fixed blade with kind of a rubberized handle for good grip. It's kind of small in my hands, but just a cool little fixed blade for, you could just stick it, I guess, in your backpack, wear it like a neck knife like you're supposed to. Just a cool knife. Got a good sheath on it. Got a little stuff in there so it stays, so it doesn't fall out while it's on your neck. Next up, we have the CRKT. I believe it says Obake, but I think it's kind of a Puko design. I'm not sure 100% what the model is called, but it's got like a cord wrapped handle, got kind of some weird dragony looking scales in there. Kind of got a splatter finish on there, but I haven't really used this much. I just think I got it. I don't even remember where I got this, but I have it, so. Got a good sheath on there. Okay, for next up we got some Tops knives. Let's grab all these. So this is the Tops Tex Creek. We got the Tops Camp Creek. The Tops Sergeant Scorpion. And the Mini Scandi. And I do have the Max Punisher down here as well. I'll grab that after here though. But starting off, let's start with the Mini Scandi. This is just a little fixed blade right here. You could turn it into a neck knife if you wanted to, but it's got kind of a sandy, kind of, I don't know what kind of finish you'd call that, but kind of a sandy finish on there. Got the micarta scales with some nice orange liners right there. Got some good hardware on it. Sharp, got a pretty thick grind on it, but just a sweet little fixed blade overall. Let's go on to the Sergeant Scorpion. This is the Sergeant Scorpion. Got the kind of a little, I don't know, like a springy type bell loop thing right there. But this one is very, very thick. It's got the false grind right there. All these are 1095 except for the Camp Creek. That one's S35VN. But yeah, false grind on the back right there. Got the, I believe it's G10 scales, possibly. I'm not 100% sure what most of these scales are. Some of them confuse me. Please correct me if I'm wrong or leave a comment of what these are, because I'd have to double check. But Tops knives, made in the USA, made up in Idaho. But really solid knife right here, really thick. I'm sure you could hammer this thing through a brick wall and it would be perfectly fine. Next up, we got the Tex Creek. This is the Tops Tex Creek. Got a nice leather sheath on there. The only Tops knife I have with a leather sheath on it. But I'm just this is probably my favorite Tops fixed blade I have. Just like the perfect balance between size and, like, it's not too big, but it's not too small. Just like perfect. Good jimping on there for my thumb. Sharp blade. Micarta scales with the same orange liners as the Mini Scandi. 1095 with kind of a dark gray type finish on there. But just another solid knife. I highly recommend this one as a fixed blade. If you don't want to get one of these, I would recommend like an SE5 or SE6. It's a very similar, like, in style and use knife. Then we have this is the Tops Camp Creek. It's got kind of a Skinner type blade on there, S35VN, with kind of a, I don't know what you'd call this finish, not stone, well, I guess it is kind of stone washed. But it's got the, like I said, I'm not 100% sure what this is. I think it's G10, but got some good stone wash hardware on there. Got a nice lanyard hole or whatever you want to use that for. Sharp Skinner blade, nice Kydex sheath with a leather loop on there, little dangle loop right there. But just a good little fixed blade overall. Okay, let me grab the big boy. This is by far my biggest fixed blade. This is my Tops Max Punisher in 1095 as well. And this thing is an absolute tank of a knife right here. 1095 steel. Got the micarta scales right there. 1/4 of an inch thick knife stock on there. Got saw blades, got a weird kind of a plunge, not a plunge grind, but you can look right there on the tip. It's kind of got a strange grind for what I've heard is it's like used for prying. It's kind of a pry knife, but just a really big, just thick, monstrous blade right there. But this one's really sweet. It's got kind of the, I don't know if you'd call that paint or whatever, but kind of a coating on the blade that resists rust, because 1095 does rust pretty good because it's a high carbon steel. But just a big, thick, monstrous blade. A lot of people have said that this handle's not super comfortable, but I mean, in my hands, I've got big hands, so this is actually pretty dang comfortable in my hands. It's got a nice little spot right there for your thumb, so you can chop down a freaking house. But so yeah, there's that. Those are all the Tops knives I've got. Let's go on to some lower budget fixed blades that I have. These are my Mora, I believe this one's the Companion and this one's the, oh, I can't remember what this one's called, but this is the one I mustard etched, and it looks pretty cool. Not sure if I'm a huge fan of mustard etching. This was the first time I mustard etched anything, but I think it turned out pretty well. But yeah, so I've got the Mora Companion, and then whatever that one is, leave in the comments what that one is, because I cannot remember for the life of me. But these things are, for what they are, Swedish made, high quality knives, and they're both, I think, under 20 bucks. So very, very high quality knives for what they are. This one is a carbon blade, and this one was a stainless, I believe. Yeah, both made in Sweden. Both have got some good sheaths on there, but both really good. Recommended fixed blades right there. Next one is a Boker fixed blade. I'm not sure what the model is on this one either. This one's 440 stainless with kind of an antler horn type scales on there, with a sheath that I've absolutely destroyed. It used to be brown, but I dyed it black, and it looks like, I don't know what it is, but with leather sheaths I just tend to cut them. I don't know why, but just something I do. I try to stop it, but sometimes I just cut things, you know. But yeah, so it's got the little blade on there. This one I've carried a bit. It's got a really sharp blade on there. Made in Argentina. Boker have some pretty dang good knives for the price. Okay, up next I have two Buck fixed blades. The first one is the Buck Mesa. This is the Walmart special one. I think it's discontinued now, but this one's the USA made. I'm not sure if the 623, if that's the steel or the serial number. I'm not 100% sure, but it's got kind of a polymer scales on there, just a sweet little fixed blade. This is probably the most used fixed blade I have out of all of my fixed blades. I've carried this. I've taken it camping. I've chopped, like, bludgeoned wood in half with it. I've done all kinds of crap with it. But this is probably my favorite fixed blade as far as like just use and price and everything. But just a really solid blade right there. Comes with a good sheath. Again, I am horrible and I cut the sheaths up, but it did have a belt loop, but the belt loop did snap. You can see where it used to be right there. I just turned it around and put it right in there. But sweet little fixed blade. Okay, this next one is another buck knife. This is the Buck 119 Special. It is a nice little recurve kind of Bowie type knife. It's got a pretty thick handle for the blade, but overall it fits pretty good in my hand. I'm not sure what the blade steel is on it, but just a really solid little knife right here. Got, I think, stainless guard and pummel and some kind of, looks like there's micarta inlays, but I'm not sure what the handle is. Some kind of horn maybe, but just a sweet little fixed blade. Got a nice leather sheath with the belt loop on the back and this kind of little plastic insert and a nice little snap closure so it stays secure. Okay, the next one is it's a Glock knife made by Glock in Austria. It's got the same Glock polymer compound they use in their handguns, as well as the sheath. The sheath has been destroyed by me, as you can see. But I've used this a lot. It's been thrown into trees. It's been stabbed into trees. But it's sharp. I sharpened it recently, but I actually did sharpen the edge a while ago, the back of it. Just, I don't know why. So now it's kind of double-edged. But just a sweet little, it's pretty thick, but just a sweet fixed blade kind of combat knife. I've used it many, many times. Got a good sheath that clicks and it stays in place. Okay, the next two are actually from Alaska when I went up there a couple years ago. First one's a skinning knife, handmade with bone and brass, with bone scales and brass pins right there. Very sharp. Got that Skinner blade right there. And it looks dirty, but the reason is I actually haven't really used this, but I gotta clean it. It's been dirty, but really cool little fixed blade that I got in Alaska, handmade, and got a good leather sheath on there. Again, I was cutting it up, which I shouldn't, but yeah. So there's that. The sheath of this one and this one, I believe, were actually made by the same person. You can kind of see the resemblance between them. Okay, the last one in my collection is this axe. Not a fixed blade, but I guess it is a blade. I guess it's fixed, but I don't know. But this is an axe I got from Alaska. It's handmade in Soldotna with bone handle and some stainless pins, but just a cool little axe. And yeah, so that's my whole collection. So I hope you liked the video. Go ahead and like and subscribe. And yeah, that's my collection. It's pretty small, but I think it's pretty cool, pretty good start. But I hope you liked it, and I'll see you on the next one.